Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am Nelson.
And I'm Teresita.
And you're watching Nature Nell. And if you're new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button and the like and all those wonderful buttons that help this channel grow. Today we're bringing you to the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society. I have my own polo that was given to me by the society. And special thanks to John Soto for inviting me over to the show. And I heard that the winners came and had a great time. At least one of the winners was able to attend on Friday. We're here on Sunday, the last day.
Yes.
And I'm excited to go inside and give you guys a clearer picture, because the live shows, just to let you guys know, when I do a live, it is going to be fuzzy. I have no control over the internet. It's only to showcase what's happening so that way you guys can be aware of the show and not miss the weekend of the show. It's not about the details or the names, but today it is.
Yes.
Today we're going to show you what they have, some names, the vendors, maybe talk to a couple of vendors, and have a good time.
Sounds like fun. Let's go.
Let's go. See you inside. So guys, here's the main entrance. It's the Charles F. Dodge City Center. I guess it's an auditorium. No, it's a convention hall. A convention hall. Now we're supposed to go inside, I think through Will Call, which I don't know where that's at. But I guess we'll go through here. All right, guys, we just made it in, and we're looking for coffee, and we found it. They have a nice little concession stand here, right before you go inside that beautiful room. They have coffee, drinks, and all kinds of snacks. Ooh, and a bar, an open bar. So Terry, ready for coffee? Coffee and shopping is the best combo.
Coffee and shopping is the best.
Right? Because you shop with no guilt.
Yeah, and then if it's nighttime, wine and shopping or liquor and
That's
shopping.
even better.
Even better. It's just too early for wine.
Right now, yeah, I'd rather have my coffee. Yes. So let's go pay our coffee, and I'll see you on the other side, caffeinated. All right, guys, we got our coffee. Miss Terry got a birthday cake.
A party cake.
A party cake, but it's party meaning birthday cake, right? Because it has a little sprinkles.
Yeah, it has like little sprinkles, yeah.
It looks really good. And they actually have morning drinks like mimosas and Bloody Mary, which I will be back after my coffee to have a Bloody Mary.
So with coffee and liquor, how many orchids are you gonna buy?
Oh no.
We don't know.
It's all up in the air. So we just had our coffee. Terry split the birthday cake with me, the party cake. I keep saying birthday cake. And we are ready to embark into the beautiful world of orchids. And first thing you see is their display, the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society display, right here in the front. Hi, how are you?
There's a pamphlet and there's a chance to win a few orchids.
Oh, nice. I'm feeling lucky today. We drop it off?
Yeah, the table for the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society booth.
Oh, okay.
At the center of the room.
Yeah, at the
Oh,
center.
okay, perfect. So we got here to Blanca's table. I'm going to try to record in between because they are speaking quite often on the speakers. And I don't want to capture that in the background. It'll be too noisy and I won't be able to explain. But check out who's already holding several dendrobiums. She is not letting go.
You caught me. I told you guys I was coming back for dendrobiums.
Yeah.
Look at these. This is so
This
pretty.
is gorgeous. I like this one.
That's why
There we go.
That's why I'm grabbing now before they all go.
Yeah. And I'm not going to keep bothering you so you can...
No, you can bother me all you want. I can shop and be bothered at the same time.
But look, you have competition. Look how many people are shopping.
It's okay.
But this is Backyard Bloom, guys. This is my favorite place to get dendrobiums, or one of my favorite. That's their new sign. And they are at most shows. They are local from Florida. Look at these, how beautiful. Let me see. The why nots.
And these do always take them away. The little red.
I mean, they are way emptier than Friday. I heard that there's been a great turnout this year. Cherry babies. One of the ones I got into because of you, Blanca. It's true. You used to say how good they smell. I'm like, I have to have one of those.
I
Mira,
wonder if
toca
they're smelling
chiquitita.
now.
See if that.
Yeah.
They smell?
Yeah.
Let me see. Ay, sí, qué rico. It's like pure chocolate.
But here they have the Hawaiian fire one.
Which Hawaiian fire?
I got it was little red flowers, and I got it. I don't remember what show I got it at, and it's always in bloom. But they're so small that they get lost in my garden. So I want to get more to cover.
To cover like
To cover it.
like
so
runners.
I
but
don't
on
know,
a tree?
runners, like clusters. Yo no sé.
This is one of my favorite, the Sequel
twinkle.
Marguerite, and it smells like cupcakes. Maybe here it won't smell, but in the afternoon, they have a very, very sweet fragrance. And these are Chilerianas. Nice size too.
It looks like the rosy sunset.
No, it's a Sequel. That's the same as this one.
Okay. I think I'm only gonna get 3. I'm gonna be good.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is the different one that you hadn't shown yet. You have trees that you
No, she puts them on wood mounts.
a wood mount or a pot?
I put all mine on wood mounts. That's really pretty.
Yeah. De la
A ver.
Roja. Yeah, that's the red one. Sorry, they get all tangled up. Yeah, the difference is they're pretty close, but this one has more.
Oh no. We gotta turn the... Okay, I think we're gonna do a booth at a time because see, when they start talking in the background, it gets too loud and the phone picks up way too much information. All right, guys, I got a little break from the speaker. So I'm gonna go straight to Quest because Quest always impresses me with their flowers. They have beautiful Schomburgkias, Myrmecophilus, as well as amazing Cattleyas. Now, some of these I don't see tagged, so I'm sorry if I can't get you the names, but if you do like something, you could always reach out to Quest, and they will most likely have it for you.
They don't have any. It's back there.
People, I call it orchid drunk. You know, they're so overwhelmed with all the orchids that they just start walking around like, you know, when you're drunk. Another gorgeous Schomburgkia. And here's your information.
I'm sorry.
So if you guys want to get anything, you could just order directly from them. It's so pretty.
I'm so happy I and your family? Everybody's good. It's all grown up.
I'm loving the pink and yellow.
When you're done, so the red, do you have another one of those?
The salsa con coco. Do you have any more salsa con coco?
Yeah, you have a small
Really, really nice. I will tell you, this show is a little bit overwhelming. And I've had several people already look at me like side-eyed, like they're a little angry that I'm filming.
You're filming.
Yeah, I've had some people not very happy that. So I'm trying not to be in anybody's way. Really nice. Oh, look at this, Terry. That is really pretty.
It's a Schomburgkia with
What is this? What kind of Schomburgkia?
catatonium. One of those catatoniums.
Oh, it doesn't come out. I'm not.
No, don't worry about it. If it's too difficult, leave it there. But it has several inflorescence. Very, very nice. Oh my God, look at this. I almost passed her by.
That's also kind of.
It's gorgeous, $50. That's a great price for that size, right?
No, 75.
Oh, it says, oh, that's $50 only. Sorry.
But hey, still good. It's still a good price.
It is. Oh, wow, look at these, Terry. This is, see, this makes it easier. It has a Dr. Neck, which is a very big flower. Look at this. Oh, that is so pretty.
That is
150 for this whole thing. That's
perfect.
That's
you
a
don't
deal.
have to put it together. You just
I love
plug
that
and
deal.
play. Take it, put it in your yard.
Plug
Good
and play.
to go.
And purple is always a fan favorite in the Vandas. The Perchera Delights. I don't know if there's a Perchera Delight, but it's giving me Perchera Delight. These are really pretty too. What is it?
It's Ascasenda
Ascasenda
Sultana
Violeta.
Violeta.
Very pretty. Very, very nice. Oh, look at this one. Tiene como, it has like a bluish purple tint, 85.
Oh, the tag's in the back. Hold on.
Why are the tags always on the opposite end? Right? Have you noticed that? It's always usually
It's
on the
always
opposite end when where
on
you're
the opposite
recording.
end where you go.
Le bleu. Pereira.
Yeah. Pereira.
It's a Pereira. All right, I was gonna go in there, but it's too congested. All right, who is this here? Oh, this is Mac Orchids. Let's check out Mac's Orchids. Let me see if he has anything in bloom, because I'm seeing a lot of green. I want to show you guys more.
These grounds.
I know.
Look at the
Well, you
size
know
of
that
that
this is
ground.
his specialty.
Yes.
250. I think it was Roxy from Orchids 365 just paid him a visit at his garden. Oh, look at this, Terry! I have this from
You do have that from
Hawaii, from S&W.
S&W.
They end up looking like that as they get older. Oh, look at that! How pretty this.
Huh.
That's really pretty.
Little bushel, little
I bet you it's.
popcorns.
I bet you it's. I bet you it's fragrance.
It might be. I'm gonna try to go over
No,
there
no,
because
don't.
I'm gonna watch Terry fall into the
Right, and make a
make a scene.
Oh, these are these the ones they call the smiley?
No, that's not exactly the smiley. I think maybe no, this one.
Why don't they have names? Here we go.
Yep, it's a
Goldschmidtiana.
piano. But the smiley is the same concept.
It looks very similar, right? Oh, look at these. I love these king dendrobiums.
But is
45.
it, so this is just a
It's a
very,
nobly, right?
It says D, so that's dendrobium, right?
Dendrobium spring dream. What? Apollon?
Apollon.
Apollon.
But that looks like a nobly to me, right? Type.
Yeah, it's probably a type of nobly. And these are great. The black orchids,
Yeah, you know I've bought. Wow, that's a great price for that.
55. I know. You don't see them at this price.
No, I have bought
Actually.
2 and killed 2. So I
Has a new
don't
growth.
have a new growth. So I
This
think
is a
I'm not gonna
great,
go
great
for a
price for
third.
that. Yeah, mine died too. Mine didn't do too well.
Really?
Yeah.
I do need to do it again when I bought them. They were seedlings, smaller.
Let's go to Ritter's. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Good.
Now I get to film you. I wasn't able to film your booth on Thursday. But now I'm making it a point to come in. And guys, this is Ritter's. That's Linda, the owner. I'm sure you guys have seen her before in Blanca's videos. And if you guys want to see dendrobiums, look at this. They have beautiful, beautiful choices of dendrobium. Which, isn't this the one you have, Terry?
It
That-
looks like it.
That I like a lot, but yours is way deeper.
Way deeper. No, it actually.
This is a Nobly, see?
There's a noble.
Asian Beauty Eden. This is, which is the one that we like? Is it Hawaii, the Hawaiian something? No. That is hard to find. It's the one that has all the pretty colors.
Yeah, it has the beautiful colors. It's not the, no, I think the Hawaiian is the one we keep finding. It's the other one.
The rainbow, maybe? No.
Maybe the rainbow?
Is that the name? But yeah, they always have such cool dendrobiums in all their shows.
Yes, they do.
And lots of them. Me and my tall self, look. I start banging things with my head when I'm not paying attention.
Cool.
They are cute. Oh, I gotta show this tessellata. Lamellata, I mean.
Oh, it's still there, huh?
Yep. It's a beautiful lamellata. You know the hybrid of lamellata with Seidenfidenia
Yes.
matrata? I have 2 big spikes, and I can't wait to see what they look like.
Yeah, I only have 1 spike this cute. But that's okay. 1 is good.
Oh, it's a sample. That's why it's not so. But they have here
They have that.
budding. And how much are they? $50. That's not bad
That's
for a lamellata. Lamellatas
not
usually are
bad.
pricier.
They're very
Oh my goodness, these are adorable little boobies.
cute. It almost resembles some. It looks like some kind of dendrobium.
I think it's a dendrobium.
Epidendrum.
Oh, it's an epidendrum floribundum. Ritter tropical.
Huh.
Very nice. And you know, we're entering the Rincon Stylus season.
Yes, mine
Which-
are all spiking.
Mine too, my Rincon Stylus chandelier.
Chandelier.
I love these pink ones. And for you newbies that are not,
Okay,
well, not,
everybody, we're ready to
there
drop
we
our
go.
12 o'clock wrap.
I'm ready to turn
We
off
have
my
a
video.
beautiful
All right, guys, I'm
round
sorry
and
I'm
ready
doing
for
this.
your
I will
orchids.
see you in the next one. So guys, as you can hear, it would have been impossible to explain the orchids and try to override the speaker's voice. It carried on throughout the whole day, and it was every 5 minutes. So it really became very difficult for me to describe the orchids. So I'm going to do a voiceover. It's not what I normally like to do. I like to be in the moment and explain things. But I'm going to do my very best to try to remember what Terry and I were talking about while we were showing the flowers. So here is a beautiful Sherry baby from Ritter's. Terry was giving me the card there, Miss Vanna White. And it's funny because it was named Beautiful Girl, and it was really absolutely a beautiful orchid, and it smelled very good. It smelled like chocolate. And as you guys know, Ritter's always takes the time to put all these orchids in these little baskets, and they have great deals in those baskets. Now this that I'm showing here is called the Siku Marguerite, and surprisingly enough, I realized they had not just the pink and the white, but they also had, not just the yellow and the white, but they had a pink one, which I really liked. These are called the Bulldog Paphiopedilums. I love them, but they don't love my environment. I do well with paphs, but the Bulldog seems to be a little bit more sensitive to the heat. I really love Ritter's. Ritter's has great choices all the time, and their flowers are so healthy. I love to stop by their booth. Now, this is Ritter's information. They are located in Kissimmee, Florida. That's very close to Orlando. So if you guys are in that area, pay them a visit. I would love to pay them a visit. I've never been to their nurseries, but I'm glad that they had that card there to show their info. Now these little baskets, these 3D baskets, Ritter has had these now for I would say about a year, maybe 2. And every time Terry and I go, we're always recording, and we're always like, okay, we got to come back and take one of these. And that's what I was explaining to Linda's daughter. I was like, you know what? This time we're going to take them right now. Because we didn't want to forget. And they are just absolutely beautiful. I look at the inside of this. I mean, it's just like pure art, right? We're trying to figure out because no two are the same. One is a little greener, one is a little more gold. And Terry kept on telling me, you should take the greener one for obvious reasons. And so I ended up picking the green one. Now this is called a Princess Kiku. And I do have one of these. I got it from Anna's Blooming Paradise, who is also at the show. I closed the video with her, Princess Kiko. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous bloomer. It blooms a lot. It does take a while for the blooms to open. Terry's trying to decide. But once they do bloom, the flower does last for a very, very long time. Now here we were heading, where were we heading here? trying to remember, because during this time, I will tell you guys, in my 4 years of recording, NT Orchid Nursery, they had beautiful stuff. They had a lot of smaller orchids, and I think smaller orchids are great for people who are traveling to the shows and they have to get back on a plane. It's much easier to take a plant in a bag on board, because you never want to put a plant on your luggage. It's not going to make it. So a lot of the international orchid people, they do bring smaller orchids, and it's much easier for them to travel to the shows, and it's even easier for you to take back home. That's a gorgeous Schilleriana. The sizes were really good on the Schillerianas. They even had some flasks. That's a beautiful Bellina. And the prices were not bad, guys. They had really good prices here. And of course, I always love when they put pictures together with the plant, because now we know what it is. We really, really like this one. This show was on Sunday, which I normally don't film on Sundays because it gets too crazy and everybody's on game face. And I was having a little bit of challenges with some of the guests that were there. They were a little bothered that I was filming. They felt like I was in the way, I guess. And so I was trying not to be in anybody's way, because I get it. When you're there to buy. You don't care for somebody filming, sorry, this gentleman kept on interrupting me about my equipment. Another one of those things that happens a lot. I had to tell him that I was recording, that I would get back to him later. He had all these questions while I was in the middle of recording. And it happens a lot, by the way. Right when I'm recording in these shows, people will just start asking me questions, and I lose my momentum and the whole flow of things. So I have to stop and restart. What Terry was saying here is that these bag babies actually looked pretty big for being bag babies. They were a nice size for these plants. And I noticed a Cerulean maxillaria. Check this out. I almost took this. I should have taken that. It wasn't even expensive. I think it was $12 maybe, $25. I can't remember now. But it was very, very inexpensive. And very healthy. Look at the size of that plant. I had Terry hold it there for me just to show scale. But yeah, this was a really good booth. Now here is Dan and Margie's Orchids. You guys have probably seen them in the Ophies fairs. They are local in Florida. I think they're in Pembroke Pines maybe. And they brought some beautiful, beautiful baskets. Handmade clay baskets. Terry really wanted to take that one that she had in her hands. I think it was $45. But she was more into buying orchids. So she didn't want to spend her budget on pots. But I was telling her, it's really worth it. It's such a beautiful handmade piece. So nicely done. And I love the bottom, see? They signed it with a little stamp. Really well done. Now, I don't know if Dan and Margie do those themselves. I couldn't ask them because, as you can see, there was people everywhere. And so it was very hard to get to certain flowers. And I have a light that's very bright. So I didn't want to be invasive in anyone's face with my filming. So I was only able to get certain things from far away. Now, with that said, I don't think I'll be doing any more filming on Sundays. I'll probably do the pre-shows from now on. And if there's anybody out there listening that is going to have a show or attend a show, I would rather do the pre-show when right before it opens, like I did with Fort Lauderdale. I will be doing the same with Miami. And then the following day, which is the first day, I'll go and do a full recording episode. Look at this, guys. This Vanda was so beautiful. And in that pot, it was just stunning. I really wanted to take that home. I did take a couple of things, but I didn't take any Vandas. I don't have the space right now. And we're in the middle of beginning to construct the other side of the greenhouse. I almost did take this one though. I love this red color. It was so pretty. It was stunning. And it was prettier in person. It was very bright. And then right next to them is my friend Gabriela from Cookie Moss. And she does these gorgeous cookie damas. She's very creative, very artistic. And now she has these really cool 3D, I would say, well, they're frogs, but she also has like little dragons and other kinds of creatures that you can put over your cookie moss. Terry and I were acknowledging the gorgeousness of this leaf. It almost looked fake. There's a little frog. Super, super cool. And they did reticulate like all the arms and legs, or the arms and legs, yeah, because a frog has arms. The legs would reticulate, they would move, and you can position them any way you like. Here I show you an example. It's a super, super cool little item for your plants. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a cookie moss. You can probably put it on your other plants. Or even put it up on a tree. That would be very cool. But it was really cool. And I was surprised Terry held that in her hand. I was very proud of her. I totally forgot that she has frog phobia. And I'm here like, hold this, show this. And, and then she's like, you know, this is a big step for me. This was really pretty. Look at this, the spots on that leaf. That's a begonia. And this, I don't know what this is, but it's very, very pretty. It glowed. It had sort of like an iridescence to the leaf. And as we moved forward, it kept on getting more and more crowded. This was an excellent show for the vendors. They sold very well. I spoke to several vendors and they were all very, very, very happy with this year's turnout. Actually, they said it was even better than last year's selling. They sold a lot more than last year. So I'm so happy to hear that. Because, you know, there's a lot that goes into these shows. And see, here's Miss Gabriela's information in case you want to reach out to her. And she's very good about getting back to people and working with you. If there's something she's very good at, she will work with you on whatever you need. Or if you buy a kokedama from her and it's outgrown its space, you bring it back to her and she'll put it in a larger space. She loves what she does. She's very committed to her business. And I love when people are like that, because, you know, I'm in the business of promoting and helping the world of orchids and everything else that's involved in it, like ORCHIDIQUE coming up. My friends at ORCHIDIQUE, they're very committed to their work, and I would hate to promote, you know, a business that, you know, the follow through is not good or people are not going to be happy, because at the end of the day, it could reflect on me. Even though I have nothing to do with that, I want to make sure that I'm showing you guys quality and good service. And as you guys know, I love these little bears. These are her wax candle bears that smell delicious. Somebody wanted to buy that Cattleya, the King of Thailand. He was explaining to me, her husband, Ariel, that somebody wanted to give him all this money for that. I would have sold it. I would have said, sure. I could always get more. Now look at these guys. How pretty is that? That is so beautiful. I really, really enjoy, you know, seeing what she creates and filming it. Even though I can't wear it, unfortunately, she doesn't really have male jewelry. And I'm not really a jewelry person. But you can still appreciate the beauty and the craftsmanship behind these pieces. And she never stops. She's always creating. Every show, she has something new. Look at these. These are super, super nice. Terry loved these. And she surprised me. She actually bought that one with the 3 little orchids and was very happy because she doesn't wear jewelry either. She and I are very much alike in that sense. I'm sorry if you hear a banging noise. I am literally recording this in my business, and they're doing construction in the background. So if you hear that, oh, there it is. See how pretty? And I thought she was only pretending, and then all of a sudden she comes right in front of me and jingles the thing, and she goes, I bought it. She was saying, my mom is going to be so proud of me. because, you know, I get it. I don't like to wear jewelry either. But I do appreciate the beauty of it. Especially if it has orchids on it. Look at those orchids on there. Just everything is really, really stunning. And there's Miss Marley. She was a busy bug. I was very, very happy to see each booth was so busy. And this is Odoms. Now, Odoms always has some really beautiful cattleyas and some strange looking flowers here and there that you haven't seen. And Terry always makes it a point to buy something from them, or at least most of the time that she goes, not all the time. And that's where she got her 2 cattleyas. If you guys saw the live, she got it from Odoms. I really like these little ones here because, you know, I'm in my pink and yellow phase right now. And surprisingly enough, I don't know why I didn't take these. Thing is, when I'm recording, I think it, but I don't do it. And so after I think it, I forget about it on the next booth. This is a tessellata. I keep calling it tessellata. Lamelata. Here is I think this is a Boca show? No, this is a Valentine's weekend show. Oh, it is the Boca show, which I most likely will go to it. Because now it's a lot of shows from here on in. Now, here are my buddies over at Carl Smith. If you go to the live, this was 4 times the amount of orchids. They sold so well. And this was early Sunday. By late afternoon, they were wiped out. So I noticed here that as I was walking, they had 2 boxes of donuts. So I'll probably leave the orchids and go eat donuts. But the few that they have left, you know, they were really pretty. And Carl Smith always, you know, they always bring it. You know, they're very proud of their orchids and what they put out there to showcase. And, you know, they run by the same model that I run. You're just as good as the last thing you show. And so you should always show something good. But see, this is so unlike their booth. They're usually loaded. And there are the donuts. I was like, okay, since you have no plants, then I'll be here for the donuts. So anyways, carrying on after I ate my donut. Where did we go next? Oh, this is Lady Vanda. Yeah, and Lady Vanda, my God, the only thing she had left in bloom were a few of the dendrobiums back there. I think all her Vandas that were in bloom went. And half or more than half of all her sun orchids were wiped out. She had these twinkles left. Hi, Serena. That's Serena. And she was flying solo. Ernesto, her husband, was home with her baby. And they're no longer local. They moved to Ocala. But I'm happy for them because they did get a big space. They built a beautiful greenhouse. I forgot the size of it. I'm not going to guess. But anyways, now they are legit. Because they were doing this all from their home here in Miami. And it was very squeezed in. So now they have all the space to grow their orchids and to sell more orchids. These are really beautiful. By the way, their sun orchids are very healthy. If you guys ever want sun orchids, call her and she'll work something out with you. And if you buy in bulk, she'll probably even work a better price. Now over here, she was also wiped out. CR Orchids. And I know CR Orchids from the Redland show. They had a couple of things in bloom, not too many. But of course, you know, by Sunday, if it's a really busy event, you're not going to get, this was gorgeous, a Cerulean Cattleya. Oh my God, that was so pretty. You know, you do get the good deals because they have excellent deals at the end of the day, but you're not going to get the best of the best. It's a pretty pink. Again, drawn into the pink. What happened to cranberry and yellow? It's fading away and pink is starting to be the superstar. she was explaining to me that, you know, they did very well, and that she won't be at Tamiami, but she will definitely be at Redland. They will have their booth at Redland. But as you can see, it's far and few the ones that were blooming. This is really pretty. So we're trying to get the best that we could with what we had. I just really, really wish that I would have been able to speak while I was there, because I do forget a lot of the things that I was talking about with Terry. Bursavala nodosa. That's a fan favorite. A lot of people like this. It's an incredible fragrant orchid at night. It smells like it's a unique fragrance. It's almost citrusy and sweet at the same time. It's a very, very nice fragrance. Oh, Terry was mesmerized by these Spanish moss wreath. I wasn't too impressed by that, but she was. Here's another table with very few flowers. This was Equagenera or Equagenera. And they too have a lot of really cool stuff. If you ever are in Apopka, pay them a visit. You will be there. You can get lost in their nurseries. They have so many huge nurseries, and I don't think you can see it all in one day. The best season is April, because that's when everything is blooming. I've been in November and it's here and there, but in April, everything is just blooming beautiful. Cute little frag. We love this one. This one had those rounded petals. Terry really was drawn to that. And then right next to them was Plant Madness. Now, I don't believe I've ever covered them. They did have a lot of things in bloom, which I was very happy, because I was like, yay, we have flowers. But they are in Fakahatchee. I think they are not open to the public, but they are getting ready. I spoke to Ted, who's the gentleman that you're going to see back there, and I'm going to see if maybe I can turn off my voiceover. I think when I spoke to him, there was no mic behind, so if that's the case, I will turn it on so you guys can hear the conversation. We had very nice gentlemen. I asked him if he would be willing to accept a nursery visit, and he was very accepting to that. So I have their information, and I'm going to try to reach out to them sometime early spring when I know things are blooming. It's not that far from me. Fakahatchee is about an hour away, maybe less. But look at that booth, guys. It was so colorful. And I did take something from here, which is really, really pretty. I will share my haul. I have about 5 or 6 things that I got. I honestly wasn't going to buy anything. I just went to record, but there was a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff and good prices. Terry's having game face. There it is. Lips are pressed, and she's just looking. More pink. Yeah, this was a great deal. The Vandas were $39. Such pretty colors. Now let me see if perhaps I can turn the volume up. I know that one.
Very pretty.
It's like an ombre.
Right?
Really pretty.
Oh, that must be.
Hi, how are you?
I'm Ted.
What's your name?
Ted?
Ted?
Yes.
Very nice to meet you.
Yes, you too.
That is beautiful. Ay, yo quiero una de esas.
Yo am debating, yeah, should I?
Yo quiero una.
Está bien linda.
Are these?
I think they're all the same, no?
I can give you a coupon for free shipping.
I think they're all.
Where are you based?
Florida.
Yeah, they're all the same.
And then
Qué linda están. I love it. It's like a brasabola cross thing.
and then yes, so we have some orchids that are bare roots that we can sell.
¿Cómo están? Todas están iguales, ¿no? They're pretty much all the
Bueno,
same.
ya, no, okay.
It's adorable. You can probably mount this too. Being that it's
That is my top.
Now, I will interject here because this whole entire time we weren't speaking a lot, only because I thought I was just going to do voiceover throughout the whole thing. But we really, really loved this flower. And we just couldn't decide the size that we were going to get. So anyways, I'll continue doing the voiceover. Just because it makes it, sorry about the banging again. This cerulean, check out the photo and the flower. It was identical. And that hardly ever happens because usually photos won't really register the proper color, especially cerulean. And this in person, when you saw the flower and you saw the photo, it was exact. Why I didn't take this, I don't know, because I really wanted this one. But there's always Tamiami. I don't know if they will be there at Tamiami. That was really pretty. Another one that I would have liked to own, the cyan pumpkin. I gotta tell you, I wasn't familiar with Plant Madness, but I am a fan. I'm an instant fan. I really, really like what they carried. They didn't have the same as anybody else. I saw a lot of different things compared to other booths because at the big shows, especially if there's international growers, I love going to the international because they'll have stuff that the locals won't have. Now, with that said, be careful when you buy an orchid from an international. Always ask them the zoning because remember, some people come from areas that are cooler. Check this out. Look at the labellum on this. It looked like it had tulips. So anyways, that's a little tidbit. When you buy from international growers, just ask them, is this a cooler or a high altitude orchid if you're going to grow them here in Miami? So that Rhyncholalia cattleya, I always get it wrong, RLC, Rhyncholalia cattleya. That was the name of that super cool one.
No, I had to drive
What's
back
up, bud?
home again. No, not home.
And bring
but
more?
Halfway. So 3 hours last night.
Oh my God. That's really pretty, that one you have in your hand.
Yeah.
That one. It's like a lemon.
I forgot I had it. It was under the table.
Well, you guys have a beautiful floral display. So I'll talk over this one because the speaker took a little break. This one right here, I want so bad. Again, another one of those that I should have taken, shoulda, coulda, woulda, and I was, and Pam's son goes, nope, that's my sample. I'm like, no, I want it. But anyways, I plan to go to a Popka in April, and I will probably be paying Pam a visit, and I'm hoping that she has these because I am going to take one home with me because the colors are just beautiful. Pink and yellow, guys. Cranberry and yellow is taking the back seat, and pink and yellow is coming to the forefront. So we were going back and forth. He was like, oh, you like that? Here, I'll take it down so you can record. I go, no, I want you to take it down so I can buy it. He goes, no, I can't sell you this one. But anyways, he did have more. And I told Terry, you know what? Let's just wait till we get to a Popka. Let's just focus on filming right now because, I didn't want to lose my flow. But they did have so many beautiful things. They had a lot of Siku marguerites, the same ones they had at Ritter's, but she had every color here. She had the pink, the yellow, the white. And there they go. And by the way, you guys, if you don't know, these flowers pack a very strong Vanilla Cupcake Fragrance. This is another one that I don't own and I need to own, the Pink Splash. Look at the Schillerianas. Look at the size of those. Those are really, really nice. My Schilleriana, I just noticed it has 2 spikes coming out, so spring is going to be very sprung with flowers. A lot of Siku Marguerites, because this is their season, guys. If you saw my last What's in Bloom in December, you'll see my my pink Siku Marguerite. Is it pink? No, my white Siku Marguerite. It's very floral. And this pink beauty, or should I say fuchsia, also very nice. Terry was doing her happy dance. So there you go, cranberry and yellow. Actually, that's more of a peachy orange and yellow. But I loved it nonetheless. There was a lot of good choices in Pam's booth. But as you heard her son say, he had to drive all the way back to Apopka. That's a 3-hour drive from Pembroke Pines, and then another 3-hour drive back. So he's a good sport and a good son. I hope Pam gives him a raise. Because that's a lot of work. And he was there, I believe he was there by himself. That's a chiffon. Now remember I told you guys a chiffon fowl is usually yellow. The yellow bomb. I do own 2 of these. Sometimes they come out a little more white. Sometimes they come out a little more yellow. But there was a lot to look at. Again, another favorite of mine. So Pam, if you're listening, I hope you have these in April, because I really like these. The Hawaii Star. Now the thing is, when I go to Apopka, it's much easier for me to shop, because I do my recording and then I spend the whole day there looking at what they have, walking around, and I'm there way before they open, so I get to choose and pick the ones that I like. Now this booth was Martin Nursery, and Martin, I got to tell you, he was the star of the show. His booth was so well put together. If you go to my live, which I filmed, I believe it was Thursday. Yeah, this was Thursday. It was right before everything was being sold. You couldn't even, there's Martine. You couldn't even see Martine behind all the flowers. It was so loaded. And he really took his time to put like the really nice design on the top of the, if you see the covering of the, I guess the tent, it was all flowers. But by this time, there was a lot of it gone. And Martine started very small. I mean, he started at the OFI shows, and I'm seeing his growth in the orchid world. I told him I was very proud of how he's been growing and being invited to so many shows now. He's going to be at the Tamiami, so if you guys are going to Tamiami, excuse me, pay him a visit, because he does carry a lot of orchids of the same, and so you have a variety to choose from, and they're super healthy. I ended up taking, I almost told you part of my haul. Never mind. But I did take something from there, quite small, but very nice. I wanted that one. It was so rich. Such a velvety, vampire-y red. And here I was just pointing out that he really was an aroid nursery. It's been, I guess he just started doing orchids about a year or 2 ago. But he's caught on really well, and he's rolling with the pros. And like I said, I'm very proud of him. He's doing really well. And besides that, he's just such a nice person. This is another fan favorite of Oncidiums. The colors are really pretty. I wish they would have fragrance like the Sherry Baby, but they don't. They're just very pretty flowers. More Brassavola. I think Terry is in her Brassavola era. She keeps gravitating towards a Brassavola. And by the way, that one that she picked up, there was only 2. And Martine was selling that, I think was $25. And I told her, Terry, that's a no-brainer. Let's see the name. Jirac Kiku. Not to be mistaken with Princess Kiku. And it is a Brassavola. I almost took the second one. But again, I held back. She's like, well, I think I'm going to take this one if it's for sale. Because sometimes when you see the little cards on there, I was showing her the price. I was saying, no brainer. It's usually a sample, but he did sell that one to her. So she was a happy camper. Now here I wanted to show you guys sort of a bird's eye view of the establishment. Because I believe I did show it in the live, but you know, these lives, they don't work too well as far as quality. I may not do lives anymore. What I may do is just raw, unedited, and then just upload the video as if it were a live. I did that with a Redland, and that was very successful. Now, these orchids here were part of the judging, and they were fantabulous. The sizes of these orchids were beautiful. They were gorgeous specimen. The color, the richness, the care for these orchids. Whoever owns this orchid, and if you by any chance are watching this episode, congratulations. You've done a beautiful job growing this. Look at that. And I believe that was the grand prize winner from that table, at least. They had a smaller one, but that one was really pretty. And this dendrobium was really, really nice. I think it was called a Scott something. Oh, I can't remember now. Hopefully I'll show you the tag. I can't remember if I showed you the tag or not. Dendrobium, something Scott. Sorry, guys. I did not show you the tag, but it is in the live. So if you're interested, you go to the live and I do show it there. These Rincon stylus were so pretty with that pink and peach. I do have a chandelier cone where I put a lot of Rincon stylus in there, and I don't have that color. Now here is Joseph Wu Orchids. For you that know, you know, as Melissa says, because they are the kings and queens of Peloric Phalaenopsis. Now, peloric means that the lip of the flower, or should I say, the petals adjacent to the lips will mock the lip of the flower. So it looks like it has 3 lips. In the Redland show, they usually have a lot more pelorics. They didn't have that many. See, this is a perfect example of a peloric. No, this is actually not a peloric, but it's a beautiful, beautiful fowl. And they were very busy too. And I'll tell you, their orchids are really good quality. You can, when you get home, you repot them, and they grow very well. Look at that. It's just like Disneyland of orchids. Actually, the Disneyland of orchids will be the following week, which is a Tamiami. I can't remember if I showed you a peloric. I didn't see many pelorics in this one. I love the color on this. Very deep wine red. And they have some Phalaenopsis that go from $12 all the way to like $150. Another beautiful one there. So their prices vary, but by the most part, they're not really expensive. They don't really break the bank. By the most part, they're like between $25, $35. Look at that encyclia. How pretty is that? And I do have a cordially or cordially, but this year didn't fare well with the cold snaps. And cichlias don't really care for cold weather, so they kind of dry out. Now, with that said, I have been spraying with a lot of Epsom salt, and I am thinking about doing a tutorial soon. Oh, these are my buddies at Orchid 365. Roxy was missing in action. I think she went to go grab a bite. This is her husband, Alex. And she's gonna unveil something new at the Tamiami. I already have one myself, but she surprised me with a Christmas gift. So I'm gonna have that unboxing in my next What's in Bloom. So stay tuned for that. It was really exciting. She surprised me with it. But Roxy is known for her 3D printing pots, sleeves, and all other kinds of things that are great for your orchids. And it adds so much color. These are her honeycomb mounts. It adds so much color to your environment. And, you know, your orchids are not always blooming. So when they're not blooming, you have color in your environment or in your greenhouse. So I've been collecting a couple and adding them here and there because I really do like the effect that it gives in my space. And these are her coasters, her 3D printed coasters. So if you want to reach out to her, it's just orchids365.com. You could also follow her on Instagram and you'll see a lot of new things. Now here is Orchid's Floriculturing, another one of my favorite international vendors. I've bought from them literally last year at the Fort Lauderdale Orchid Society show. And I even ended up showing them the dendrobium I got from them has two beautiful spikes. I won't show it now because I want you guys to see it in my What's in Bloom. But again, they have great prices. And on the last day, they had a great sale. I believe they're from China. I'm not sure, but there's a website. You can check them out. They had 3 orchids, 3 choices for $50. Look at that. They were so pretty. And again, because they're international, they usually sell bag babies. And I'm going to tell you, it protects the orchid more. So in travel, it doesn't get damaged. Look at these Schomburgkias, guys. You could have picked, I was giving a thumbs up because I really love that one. You could pick any of those 3 for $50. Look at that. Look at the colors on that. And they're fragrant. Terry fell in love with this one. As you can see, the box was empty. A lot of people fell in love with that one. But they did have a lot of good choices, even though it was the last day. And by this time, it was already, I would say, around 2:30, 3 o'clock. And Terry, can you tell Terry was shopping? See, she gets the best of both worlds because she doesn't film. She doesn't have to worry about narrating or anything like that. And she gets to shop while I'm filming. So it's almost like she's the lucky one in this whole scenario. And this is my buddy from Hang-A-Pot. If you guys don't know about Hang-A-Pot, you need to know. He's been featured in several different editorials. I believe he was even in the, what is it, that channel, the garden channel? I can't remember now what it's called. But anyway, he created these little hanger things, and I have them on my columns, and I hang my pots there. It's super easy. It's very sturdy. And he's been around for a while. And a lot of people have told me that they really like this concept because you can create all kinds of ideas. You see right there, he had a column on wheels. He actually sells those. You can do a rolling column. So if you guys ever see him in the show, pay him a visit. because I think they're 3 or 4 for $10. Don't take my word for it, but it's something like that. Look, more yellow and pink. That's a really pretty flower. Why didn't you take it, Nelson? I don't know. So last but definitely not least, we have Blooming Paradise. And Blooming Paradise is owned by none other than Anna, a good friend of mine of many, many years. And she actually used to be at the flea market, the Homestead Flea Market, and that's where I met her. And she now has her own nursery. She's really moved on up. I've seen her growth expand substantially, and she has some of the most beautiful cattleyas, as you can see right here. And Francis Fox. This Francis Fox, the flower was actually like the size of my hand. We were impressed by the size of this. I had never seen a Francis Fox that big. But she always has a good variety, a good amount. You can tell by the end of, this was already at the end of the show on Sunday. It was pretty late already, around 3:30. And we were all loving this pink and yellow. Terry was fixed on this orchid. And I believe Melissa bought it. I think Melissa took it with her. But what I liked is that Anna brings so many orchids that even though she sold a lot, and she shared with me the amount that she sold, and I was blown away. And I said, and you still have all this here? And she was, yeah, I wanted to bring as many. Now, with that said, when you're local, it's much easier to bring more because you could just keep bringing back more. So I believe that's what she did. As she would sell, she would replenish. But look at these cute little green and pink ones. They were all so pretty. There was so many I wanted that thank God for being overwhelmed, because if not, I'd buy everything. Like this Vanda right here with these beautiful freckles. By this time, we were already exhausted. Terry and we were like, I want to keep seeing orchids, but my body and my feet are telling me no. Beautiful Rincon Stylus. I actually own this one in my Rincon Stylus chandelier, which I'll be sharing with you guys very soon. I have to film a What's in Bloom for January before January is over. I also have this Vanda, a beautiful bloomer. The flowers get very, very big. And as you can see, nobody was going home. It was last call, and people were still, actually I saw people coming in at 3:30. Believe it or not, I saw people freshly coming in at 3:30. I guess they were there for the deals. This was something I really liked. It's a Ben fragrance. I do have several of these from Banyang. And you will see these throughout other vendors, because Ben does sell to other vendors, wholesale, I believe, to other vendors. So if you don't see it at Ben's and you come to a show, you could probably find it there. Look at that beauty. Look at those tones. That soft violet. I call them grayed out violet or grayed out colors. That looks like a golden doubloon. I don't think I looked at the tag on that. Which my golden doubloon, remember I told you guys, my golden doubloon is no bloom? Well, it got back at me. It gave me 3 beautiful spikes. I'll be showing that to you guys. So there it is, the Ben fragrance, Vanda Ben fragrance. And the name says it all. It has such a beautiful fragrance. It's very sweet. Almost, this is the way I like to describe it. If you guys ever opened a can of vanilla protein shake, or a cake batter, vanilla cake batter, that's exactly the smell. And then if you add a little bit of bergamot into it, that would be the proper way to describe that fragrance. They should make a cologne or a perfume out of that. And there's that same pink and yellow flower. It's just a little more washed out, a little lighter color. But I love the size of that. Very healthy. I think this is also another Ben fragrance. And the colors, the variation of colors is due to the fact that they're seedlings. Now this may be a Mimi Palmer, but I think it's too light to be one. So it may be a Ben fragrance, which does have Mimi Palmer in its bloodline or in the DNA. There's Anna. Hi, Anna. I don't know what this was. I'm trying to remember what I was. Oh, yeah, the fried egg. I love these Cattleyas with the yellow in the center because I don't know why, they always remind me of a fried egg. In a good way, not in a bad way. But I was happy that at the very end I was able to, there's a Digbyana, the Jiminy Cricket. No, it's not. It's an aristocrat. I think this is a Digbyana. The aristocrat, I think, has a little bit of fuzz. Don't take my word for it on that one. Again, the Princess Kiko. And mine I did get from Anna. I got it from her. So it is in bloom. It is a heavy bloomer. It shoots multiple spikes. Although it takes a long time to bloom, as I said, the flowers do last a long time. And I think this is the end of the show. So guys, thanks for hanging on there with my voiceover. Let me know if it's something that you liked. It's different for me. I will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned to the end for the next shows. I am Nelson. You've been watching Nature Nell. And remember to always, always keep it green. See you in Tamiami International Orchid Show.